today. I'm just going to be very brief since we don't have much time. I have the reports. We have reports here, the annual financial statement from the union. Financial statement will be given to chapter presidents or persons designated as such by the president. So, if you are representing your chapter, you have a hard copy. This report will also be, this report has not been submitted to the board of directors. I think you have been following the issues. Yes, and as administration, stood our ground certain issues because we think that they are the board and the administration are two distinct bodies, and even though the issue has been resolved through the EPC, but there are certain resolutions in there that we're still waiting to see happen. So yeah, but the National Leadership Council is here. We have been, it's the tradition of the administration to always present our reports, financial report. We have consistently done that over the year. So it's not strange. We did that in New Jersey last year, the first quarterly meeting, and we've been doing it ever since. So the year-end financial report is the report that you're going to have today. Well, what that report has is that it has the balance sheet, which shows, we give a picture of where we are, as of 31st last year, and then the operations, student operations, where we did, we're gonna, there are things that where our money went, and we have a cash flow statement that shows how cash moves around during the year. Financially, the union is okay, but it is not, given the situation where we have all these programs, that we have to undertake. The union is not where it should be financially. There are chapters within the union that are far richer, than the union in terms of cash. Union doesn't even have any fixed assets. We don't have building. We don't have buildings. We don't have anything. So you can see that most of the funding that the union has been getting is through local initiatives like what we're doing today. And we hosted last year a fundraising was like a joint fundraising, July 26th with the Liberian Embassy in DC. And that's one of the reasons I want to stress, because we had very high expectations when going to that program, because we had a DC, ULLA is like this, ULLA is this city here, so the chapter is the one that giving us the information. So when we're hosting, when we partner with chapter, we depend on the chapter a whole lot. ULLA is not a money-making entity, but we don't have money, and that nobody wants a lot of money. ULLA went into that DC program with high expectation. We came up nothing. Yeah, everybody lost. The chapter president was not really committed. There were two commitments. He had with the basketball federation and ULLA. There were two fundraising things, so it was kind of. And we didn't really, because it was our first time, so we kind of learned about that is the only program. That was one of the biggest programs we had. We pumped in over $5,000 in that program. We didn't get half our money back last year, so that's one of the issues we have. So this year, we plan this year not to, have that same issue. We're not there to make, we're not a for-profit organization, but if we spend money for a program, if we can, like what we're doing here today, we don't have National Leadership Council meeting to make money. National Leadership Council meetings you guys are spending the money to host it. You're not supposed to be expecting money from National Leadership Council meeting for things like, but for we're hoping like fundraising July 26th. ULLA conference. Those are events that at least should bring something in, because the chapter pay dues and other things happen. So those are things I want to say. Last year we had 22 chapters. There were 15 chapters that the report told. You see the report, 15 chapters. That report will be updated, because now we have the 16th chapter that are due this year. That was the host chapter, Minnesota. Now I said Minnesota did not register. Minnesota was not an active chapter. Because the ULLA, if you don't pay your dues, you're not active. Okay. Wisconsin was not active last year. Washington State. Washington State was not active. And Bronx, New York, Bronx, Georgia, and New York, Manhattan, other chapters that were not active. But we have a strong chapter in Minnesota has become active again. So I think they will continue to be. Don't be surprised too. I just give you a heads up that this year our conference due may increase. Last year was 250. It might increase this year. Delegate fees, since they're talking about whether we have a primary system or elections. If we go with the primary system, the delegate fee will reduce. If we go with the normal system we have, delegate fee might increase. Because the only way we like to raise money is through the chapters. And this is election year, all chapters have to take part, so we want to raise money. Because a lot of activities we have to do this year. And one of the things we will do is that most of the time chapters pay during the convention. They come to the hall and pay. Now we have PayPal on the ULLA website. We encourage chapters to pay their money before. In fact, the board, we're working with the board where all chapter dues, all fees will be paid before the chapter comes. As soon as you come to the door, you just get your package and just go say that nobody register, you get a package. We don't want to, because it's kind of waste a lot of time to get people registered, ready to leave down, get a leave time, starts, it defeats the purpose. So those are some of the things we want to do. Well, last year, we took over this last 31st December, we were 1 year the administration. The Washington administration turnover was very good. Turnover to the administration of about $15,000. You see all that in the report. And we had an inaugural program in 2006 that we raised, we added up to that. So, but in when we entered 2007, we started, a lot of activities. We started doing a lot of activities, putting, committing over $5,000 in the July 26 program that even give have our money, doing some other things that I don't think is necessary for the union supposed to be doing. I think as a union, and you all know that you are all chapter presidents, you have your treasurers, and the only time some people listen to the chapter, the treasurer maybe time to pay the bill or man ready check $10. Well, please be listening to the chapter treasurer, because when I think the thing that can hold the association together, I think is presidents come and go. The president will come after 2 years. They will go. The organization broke, and old people, they're going to go after the organization. It may not be existent. So those are things that we need to look at. So I have the reports here. Chapter president, you have a sign for it. So you have a copy of this report on your website. And the area is very clear. It's very simple to read. If you have seen any normal financial statement before, you would know it's just clear. This is the first kind of report that ULLA has produced, I think, since ULLA was founded. ULLA was founded in 1974, but it was incorporated in the state of Minnesota in 1981, and they haven't been presenting reports. Okay. When we took over from the Washington administration, the previous treasurer at DDB, she did very well. She tried her best to get some reports together. All right, but we're not in standard accounting format. They give you everything, somebody, she will put all the things she can remember on the document, that's it. So you got to piece together what is what, but it was a report. So what we try to do now as a tax is that make sure that we have a standardized report that even when we leave, at least the person who will take over will have that report to carry forward. And in the process, probably we'll have a laptop so that when we leave again, we'll just turn over to that person, man, I'm turning over things, do that laptop, new treasurer, so that you have all the things there, and we'll have a backup. When the laptop is missing, we still have a backup. You already have to have backup system. So, so these are things that we should be doing. And I mean, this year the union is going to raise money, and as chapter presidents, I'm just letting you know that we're going to raise money this year, and dues are going to go up. So, the quarter as of the quarter just ended. So putting that piece of report together because there was some. In the last meeting, there was some expenses that were done last meeting, and my staff, is still working 4 hours around the clock to make sure that the reports are done appropriately. So because when we do our report and we send it out there, we stand by it. We don't want to second guess. And one thing, most of the time when you see these reports, when financial statement, the real world are prepared, the financial statement is you will see a comment by independent auditor. Okay, so when we send this stuff, the reports to the board will recommend to the board to really get some. Yeah, a lot of CPA guys that can volunteer in the organization, CPA, volunteer audit a particular report, so we can have that independent auditor comment on the report. Then we can put it on the website, then our report is authentic. And you say, okay, the auditor report, this is ULLA financial. This is going to be the first time that we have that. So we encourage, some of the things that will encourage you, in the discussion that you can tell, when you go back to your board members, these are some of the things that I should be put forth this year so that you can have transparency in the organization. I think that is very important that we do. So, from what I do, thank you. And I know some chapter president, but I'll give it to you. Just sign. I'll give you here. Just sign right here for my sheet. Right.